All right, everyone. How's everyone doing out there? I told you I was coming back bigger and stronger with more jokes here. Yeah, this is me, Mike Kilby, local resident here at Jubilation. And, I told my family about living here at Jubilation, and just like everybody else, they're kind of, a little bit like, wow, I mean, so everybody here is average age 70? And I was like, yeah, they call me the baby of the group. I mean, I'm 58. I mean, in most groups, I'd be, considering what we're doing or where we're at, I'm kind of like the older one. But here, I'll be sitting at the dinner table. We all come together and we have dinner. So it's a nice little gathering and everything. And I'm working that baby thing, for real, for real. So everybody sits there and everything, and they'll be talking their stories, and I'll just throw out the middle, I'm the baby here. They say, oh yeah, you're the baby. I said, you know what? Now that I think about it, such a big age gap. Actually, I'm the fetus. I hadn't even came out of the womb yet. So, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm looking at as far as the demographics. We're working on hopefully getting some more, 55 to 65. People still working like me. Yeah, I still work. I work for the federal government. Been working for the NIH for almost 20 years now. But the point I'm trying to make here is that my sister read this article, and it had this 30-something that, COVID hit, and she was kind of in between, being laid off, keeping her job. So she was like, I'm working from home most of the time now anyway, so let me save a little bit of money and move in with my parents. The thing about it is her parents were living in a retirement home in Florida. And, she went ahead. The article is I was 30, living in a retirement home. So she moves home, and she brings up all of these interesting points that people wouldn't ever think about as far as living in a retirement home, which my sister said, hey, your current situation, I'm going to send you this article so you can take a look at it. So I was up there looking at this article, and one of the things they talked about, or she talked about, was dinner. And most of us that are, out there and doing things, it's hard to make dinner at 5 o'clock. And she said that at 5 o'clock, all the residents would be gathering, to get in line, to get the dinner meal and everything like that. But it's just too early to eat. And I could relate too. I mean, I was like showing up at 6:30, and people were like getting ready to wrap things up. I mean, there wasn't much food left. I was like, dang, I guess I gotta get here early to get some good food. And then she said, after a while, she started, showing up at 5, boxing out, because you got to box out to get good position, to get to the salad bar and all that good stuff. So she said, after a while, though, her friends would invite her, to something, happy hour, little pre-party before the clubs and stuff open up, and they say, hey, yeah, meet us about 7:30, we'll have dinner and everything. So she said she would go and meet with her friends, and 7:30, she's like starving, because she's so used to eating at 5. And same thing here now. I mean, when 5 o'clock rolls around, brother man is like, oh my God, I'm starting to have, hunger pains. I'm starting to have all that stuff. So, that was one of the things. And another thing that they do, and we really don't have that problem right now, I guess when we get a little bit more lively people in the establishment, it'll probably be that. But they say when they have parties and stuff and the music and people start dancing, getting a little loose from their favorite beverage. They start dancing dirty, pretty provocative, and everything. And I was like, dang, old people? And there they have demerits. So if you get, caught doing something you're not supposed to be doing, you get a demerit. It didn't go into, how many demerits you got before you got suspended. You can't go to the parties anymore. Like a Will Smith, you banned from the academy. But so far we're pretty good on the dancing part. And there, they have assisted living and stuff in the article, and they said the carts, you gotta watch out for them little speed demons on their carts. They'll run you over. I guess pretty soon we'll have carts, going to the, they're building this big old amphitheater. So yeah, but we don't have to worry about that. So the other thing in the article, I'm trying to remember, she talked about bingo night, that being a big thing. We've had bingo here, but, I usually don't make them. But I know Uno, oh Lord Jesus, that's cutthroat. These folks get serious about some Uno. And then all the other little games I played, Minute to Win It. And we were wrapping toilet paper around somebody, going spin it. I never win these games, by the way. You would think, I'm younger than them, but if anything, I'm the one that's up there about to pass out, because we were doing this thing with toilet paper and I had to roll the toilet paper around the person like 15, 20. I was just going. All of a sudden, I was like, I'm getting a little busy here. So I stopped. And when I stopped, man, it felt like the old days when I was getting drunk. I started wobbling. Luckily, I caught myself on a table, but, I wasn't going to let these old people beat me. So I hopped back in there. I started doing it again. But, oh, my God, I was sweating, sweat running off my face. And obviously, we lost. I came in last place because, I had to take a break, But, bottom line is that they got more energy than I do. People, I tell them I live in a seniors community and average age 70. They're like, oh, I've heard about those places, where the younger people come in and, they help the older people and you get reduced rent and all of that. I said, what are you talking about? Not in my senior community. Shoot, I pay the same amount of rent as they do. And besides that, they got more energy than I do. Geez, they just go on and on. But the bottom line, and this is the point of the article, is she stayed there for almost a year. And she said the atmosphere, just like I'm learning, the atmosphere here is so relaxed. These people know how to live. Titles, we got people here who are doctors, lawyers, colonels. Every profession you can think of, engineers, and that doesn't matter now. They're just retired, telling stories, loving on their grandkids when they get here. And it just makes you understand and appreciate your career's important, your job's important, you gotta eat, but the overall quality of your life, people, especially during COVID, is the most important thing. It's to enjoy your life, to stop and smell the roses. So if I got to make any point about living here that I've learned, is to slow down, smell the roses, and just enjoy your life. Because it can end just like that. I'm in my 50s, they're in their 70s, but I could go before them. So that being said, hey Bonnie, it's your birthday. All right, folks, I got more coming. Y'all hang in there. And this is Mike signing out at the Jubilation Senior Community. All right, people, later.